Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Sharkeisha KO. Just coming to you about the new map, Nuketown. So, if you've been playing Cold War, hope you've been having a lot of fun. Uh, Treyarch has finally released Nuketown, so I'm really excited about it. I hope you are. And with today's video, we're going to talk about how to really work the Nuketown map, certain angles to hold, how you can have a fun time and still die a lot. It's a small map. You're gonna have more deaths than you usually do, I'm sure, even if you try to camp a lot. Um, so I'm gonna tap into my game sense a little bit. We're gonna watch a clip, actually a little bit of a game I played, not all of it, and just let you know what I'm thinking at the time, why I'm making some plays. I'm sure you'll see me lose some gunfights I should have won, um, but all in all, it's just going to show you a different viewpoint on Nuketown, how to play the map, and maybe you'll learn something new. You'll look at a new spot, and that's kind of what I hope happens. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. And remember that all my socials are going to be down below this video. Have a new Discord server. Definitely check it out. It's going to be some fun conversations in there. Um, and make sure to check out all the socials as well. So let's get into this. All right, so we're playing some domination here. I'll go ahead and start this video, but domination on Nuketown is gonna be rough. How do you capture B? The best way to do it is just get some kills. Really start spawn trapping, and then you're gonna have these small little points where the enemy team just all died. They had to run out of their spawn. So here you are able to kind of put some time on B. And I'm sure you'll see that throughout this video. And I'm using the AK right now. It's what I'm trying to get gold. I already have two guns gold, the MP5 and the 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐂𝐓. Made a pivot from SMGs to ARs. So as you can see here, just working that right side, watching that angle. Um, that's the main thing about this map is you're gonna be watching angles a lot. You want to check one, check the other, and then move forward because the map is so small. Um, as soon as you put yourself out there, you can be seen by 3 different angles. Whereas if you check those angles before moving out, you'd be alright, but you just gotta check them quickly. So you free up your time before your next death. Because you will die a lot here. So there I am checking right, and I crouch here so I can't be seen from anywhere else. And that was my teammate in the window. The one thing about theater right now is it doesn't show enemy names, which I think is extremely weird. It doesn't show friendly names either. But here I have some time to get B. So that's what I do for my team. And a lot of the stuff on the Nuketown map you can shoot through. So you want to make sure if you are getting hit markers, keep shooting. Guess which way the guy's going. But definitely take advantage of being able to shoot through a lot of material on this map. Unfortunate loss of a gunfight right there. But that was my only angle I could see at that point. So as I run up, I check that out. I immediately look to the left here. Not the best aim, but I am blocking that right angle just a little bit. I mean, they could shoot through that if they want, but they're not going to kill me quickly. I could slide out and get out of there. This is a good angle to watch, but I have 3 points I have to watch here. Someone could peek the door or the window, so it's a little tough. You got to know those things to be able to know and think about how you're going to pivot your weapon if someone does come there. Can you make that flick? So what I tend to do in those situations is, let's say I was aiming at the door there, and here I'll bring it back just to that part there. So it's coming up right here. So here, if you look at the door, because you might do this if you have a better reaction time to flick to the right, more so than flicking to the left. For me, I'm pretty good at flicking my mouse to the left. Um, so I'm gonna watch the right here because I know I can flick better to the left, and then also you have to flick up and to the left. So that's if someone comes up in that window. So if you're not good at flicking to the left and you know this is where you have to know how well you play and what your strong suits are because you're always trying to get better. Um, one thing you got to know is, okay, should I aim at the door here because I'm better at flicking to the right? Um, that's the thing with this map. You're going to have to be watching a lot of things at once, and pretty much any map in Call of Duty, you're going to have times where they could come in from more than one spot. So you're going to have to know how good you are at either flicking that analog stick or flicking the wrist for that mouse. Um, that's a big thing that comes into watching vantage points like this. So when someone does come around that corner, you're not getting embarrassed because you were watching that, but they get that kill on you just because you couldn't flick well enough or your eyes were somewhere else. So that can also be the case here. Your eyes could be somewhere else, looking at the window or the door. Um, but really, you want to focus in on where you're aiming at because as soon as you see that person there, you know your flick's covered. So let's go ahead and get back to where we were. We're right here. So you'll see me use my lethal just about at every spawn. I will say using a Semtex is definitely better than a frag grenade. You're gonna free up time. You can stick enemies with it. So you want to make sure your time isn't being taken up by sitting there holding a grenade for so long. As you see there, I try to wall bang him as well. Wall banging just refers to shooting someone through the wall. I'm sure you'll see some pros do it sometimes, like if you watch Symphony, he tends to try to flick a lot and shoot through something. It's a very common strategy, something you should get used to. Definitely if you've been gaming for a while, playing some first-person shooters, you know about that strategy. And as you can see too, I just got my napalm. You want to make sure the kill streaks you have set, that you're getting those every game. Because if you're not, it's a little pointless for you and your team. Because one, you're not helping your team out. Two, you're not helping your score out at all because you can't get those score streaks you want to get. Score streaks are going to help your KD, whether it be a UAV or counter UAV. You know, we all hate counter UAVs, right? At least I do. It's just kind of a pain sometimes. So making sure you get your score streaks is a huge thing. And the nice thing with this Cold War, with the weapons, you know that pretty much any weapon in this game is going to be viable. That's the one thing a lot of people are figuring out when they're going for dark matter is every weapon has its strengths. And that right there was the end of the round. So that's the first half right there. As you can see, play's moving fast. There's a reason certain things are happening, why I'm watching certain angles. Um, so just keep that stuff in mind when you play. And maybe when you play, you have to take it a little bit slower to kind of put all these um, strategies together. And it can definitely be overwhelming, but you want to make sure that you're at least focusing on one thing with each game. And if you're getting better at that, that's great. That's what you should be aiming for, right? Skill-based matchmaking in this COD is really tough, but there's no reason why you can't get better as you play better people. And by better, I mean you're not getting a 2.0 KD every time, but you're at least going like 35 and 20, something like that, you know? So spawning on B there because we pushed A too hard here. That's one thing you got to be careful of when you're playing Domination. If you push too hard, you're gonna flip spawns and they're gonna get all weird. I left the controls on there, that's my fault. But they're gonna get weird when you do that. It's gonna spawn your team out, it's gonna spawn you out, and you kind of don't want to do that. Playing Domination, it's real easy to put the other team in a spawn trap if you just don't push too far up, and that's the main thing. So I would recommend like not fully getting into their house all the way in the back, because you're gonna run into some spawn flips there. And this right here, the War Machine, it is the best score streak. It's so overpowered right now. You get so many shots. I mean, one shot you can get 2 kills. If you head over to my Twitch or my Twitter, you'll see I posted a clip where I just took out the whole team twice with the War Machine right at the start of a Domination half. So it's real overpowered. The one thing about it though on this map is the spawn protection. So the enemy team will get spawn protected for a while, and sometimes you can waste 3 War Machine shots on someone who's freshly spawned. And in my opinion, that makes no sense, because you can die from bullets as soon as you spawn. What are your thoughts on that? Definitely leave those thoughts in the comments. I'm interested to hear your guys' take on, you know, should you be able to die from a launcher right at start just like you are bullets, or is that too much? Because right there is a prime example. I mean, I guess if you could die from explosions, that person would have died from my cruise missile at the start. But maybe they can filter that explosion out with, you know, a War Machine or a grenade. Right there, the War Machine helped me get on that 14 streak. That's another good thing about it. And you can see we didn't have B there for a while. That's just because we're killing a lot. That was the main thing, right? Just going for kills. So with that being said, I'm gonna fast forward here a little bit. Um, let's just keep going here a little bit more. Here we go. So right here you can see some good angles being watched. We have B, but we don't have C or A, so it's kind of hard to know what to do here. Just keeping an eye on your map. Your radar is definitely going to be huge. Especially when you notice one blip pop up and it's behind you. You gotta flip real quick, right? Make sure that your head's on a swivel with not only the map but also your radar, so you know where the enemy team is and what to do. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and exit this out. I hope some of those tips helped you out. Nuketown's a lot of fun, so if you haven't played it yet, I'd give it a shot. Try not to get too upset. You know, it's a small map, so it happens. I get upset too. Um, it's fun though. It's the only game you can experience that kind of chaos in. And if you're one of those who haven't thought about or have thought about, I'm sorry, getting Cold War, I think you should. It's a fun game. It's very subjective to say that, but hopefully this video kind of gave you a better glimpse. And don't forget, guys, leave your comments below about whether or not you think you should be able to die by a war machine at spawn, because you can die by bullets already. The socials are below, everybody. Check out the new Discord server, and thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good one.